Today guys, I have a treat. Video is sponsored by AOVOstore.com, who sent me this AOVO. Let's ask Google.
LIRPE.
That's in English?
LIRPE.
LIRPE, that's in French. AOVO LIRPE R1 has some special features that I'm super excited to explore, especially on a sunny day like this. Alright. Grip handles. And that's charging. The coolest part about the solar panel is that you can actually use it not only for charging the scooter, but also for charging things like phones, iPads, and so on. In ideal sun conditions, the solar panel will deliver 100 watts of power, and in practice on a really sunny day, I managed to charge my iPhone 12 from 50 to 98% in a bit more than an hour, so I assume fully charged from 0 to 100 would take like 2.5 hours. What about charging the scooter? Well, I think the story illustrates it the best. So one sunny day I decided that I would go with the scooter for an about 8-kilometer trip to a nice and sunny place where I would fly my drones, wait till scooter charges up, and then ride it back home. Alright, I would probably call this an extreme range torture test, because we're going on gravel, we're going against the wind. Now I have the final bar of the battery left. The scooter is going at the moment 13 kilometers per hour, and I'm not sure if it can reach more. As you can see, the riding conditions are not really what it's built to. I'm 85 kilogram rider and I have a 10 kilo backpack with my drones and other equipment, and therefore it's nearly max limit, which is 100 kilograms. And what we have done around 6 kilometers right now, going uphill, so I have to a bit kick the scooter to keep going. I have the AOVO LIRPE R1, which has 7.8 amp hour battery pack. There is also LIRPE R1 Pro Max that has a larger battery pack of 10.4 amp hours. In my experience, I need around 10 amp hours to drive around 10 kilometers on a normal conditions going full speed. As the conditions were not really normal, it was expected that the scooter will reach about 7 kilometers, and it did. Did it? 7.3 kilometers. Battery is low. I don't know how much low. It's pretty low. The scooter drives slowly and hardly, so let's unpack the solar panel, charge the battery up. As I already have said at the beginning of the video, this solar panel can charge up to 100 watts per hour. Now the scooter's battery is about 280 watt hours, meaning that if there is ideal sun conditions and everything is ideal, it will take you about 2.8 hours to charge up the battery. But that's in ideal life. There is never ideal situations in real life, and after charging 2.5 hours I got what I got. Wherever it is, I'm packing up and I'm going. Just can't sit here anymore. Too hot. I need to get home. We have 3 bars. Let's see how far does that get me. In order to get home, I had to use the second speed mode, which is 15 kilometers per hour, and that got me home the entire 7.5 kilometers without bigger issues. Well, the last kilometers I was doing like 9-12 kilometers per hour. That's still much better than pushing the scooter or walking back home. Couple more things about this battery pack that you might need to know. This you can use as a, as a flashlight, which you can carry around, and you can use it as a power bank, as it has the USB charging port, or you can charge this thing with the solar panel. There is one catch with charging it with the solar panel. There is a green light indicator that tells if the solar panel is on, and it's charging, but it doesn't tell you how much is it charging, how much voltage or watts it's providing. It also doesn't state how much of your scooter is charged. The only way to know that is to disconnect the charging cable from your scooter, turn the scooter on, and then you just have 5 bars. You cannot see exact voltage, only something between 1 to 5 bars. In my personal opinion, a voltmeter would be really cool for this use. The scooter is very comfortable to ride, first of all thanks to the inflatable 10-inch tires. It's a really good idea to put inflatable tires on electrical scooters because they absorb all the little vibrations. Riding on gravel feels actually pretty good. It just confirms my thought that you don't really need a suspension for an electrical scooter with inflatable tires, because it's doing just great on little potholes and so on. It's not a problem whatsoever, meaning I can take the scooter for a trip like this. There is nothing rattling on the scooter, which is a proof for me of a good quality of assembly and a decent quality of the materials. As you can see, scooter has a pretty wide deck. For the ones that like riding like this, you can do that pretty comfortably, no problem whatsoever. And for the ones that like more skateboarding stance, you have actually raised front, which is always nice and welcome. It's also covered with rubber, so it's not slippery, it's pretty sticky and gives you great comfort riding this electrical scooter. Scooter weighs only 15 kilograms and the majority of the weight is on front because the motor is mounted in front and the battery is in front, so when you with all of your body weight stand on the back, it balances the scooter pretty well. So you can see that the actual maximum speed is around 24 kilometers per hour. Actually, this is only kind of truth because that's the maximum speed that the scooter can reach with me, 85 kilogram rider on top of it. The maximum speed when you lift the front wheel in the air is 33 kilometers per hour, meaning lighter riders can potentially reach 33, but you have to enable this in the parameters. So let's quickly run through the 4 parameters that you can change on the scooter. After you turn your scooter on, you can press and hold the 2 buttons on the accelerator knob and it will enter the parameter menu. P0, that allows you to change kilometers per hour to miles per hour and back. Parameter P1, that's responsible for the cruise control. If it's 1, cruise control is on. If it's 0, cruise control is off. Then parameter P2, that's a 0 start mode. If it's set on 0, then your 0 start mode is on. If it's set on 1, then your 0 start mode is off. Parameter 3, that has 2 values of 85 or 10. And I don't know what the hell does that mean. I didn't notice any difference when riding the scooter. And parameter number 4, that's your speed adjustment. So if it says FF, that's 33 kilometers per hour, and you can limit it to 25 or 20 kilometers per hour if that's something that you need. When it arrives, it will be set on 25 kilometers per hour. It's actually going 29 now when I'm going downwind, which is always nice and welcome. When you take it on extremely rough roads, there is some rattling noise that's coming most likely from this part, which is pretty easy to rattle. So I think inserting some piece of rubber, even paper here, might help big time with it, but unless you ride really rough terrain, you won't really hear or notice that. When folding the scooter, you just have to unscrew this screw, and when it's out, you pull on this handle and your scooter folds and it locks in this position. It's pretty easy to carry. The entire weight of the scooter is actually in the front, and it weighs around 15 kilograms, so that's really easy to take it on the bus and somewhere else. And if you need to, you can actually get rid of the handles as well pretty easily. Put them somewhere in your pocket or in the back, and that takes so much less space. So that's really nice that it's done so easily. To fold the scooter back up, pull on this handle and fold it back up, and you need to then tighten the screw. A little hint at the end, when the screw is already tight but you want to tighten it more, you can step on the deck and push the top part forwards and tighten a bit more. This will make it extra tight and extra secure, and the same when untightening. As you can see, the deck itself, it's tiny because the battery is in the front, so it's just a piece of aluminum. Nothing to be afraid here of any water damage or anything like that. And probably one of the last things to mention is the kickstand, which has this little nice peaking thing which you can use to operate it with your foot. It's spring loaded, the spring is strong, the scooter is standing pretty sturdy on the kickstand because it's built in the front. I guess this is it. So the scooter is pretty simple and at the same time pretty innovative with its solutions, and I just loved how it looks, especially at night. €470 and you get this nice blue blinking light when you hit the brakes, or steady blue light when you don't hit the brakes. Actually, you get a lot more. You do not get the solar panel for this price. To get the solar panel, you need to pay around 630, I believe, euros. The scooter can be shipped to US or Europe in few days. But what you get is you get really nice riding comfort. You get speed up to 32 kilometers per hour if you're a light rider and 25 kilometers per hour if you're a heavy rider. And if you get the solar panel, you have a really cool thing for your camping trips, where you can charge not only your scooter when you're off the grid, but also your phones, tablets, and other things. All in all, the build quality of the scooter is really great. The folding mechanism is fantastic. I didn't have any issues riding it whatsoever, and the only downsides that I found is that the scooter could potentially have some indication when you charge it from solar panel of how strong is it charging, or how much time it's left until you fully charge it, or just a voltmeter to see the voltage or anything like that. Otherwise, I really enjoyed riding and filming this scooter, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down and let us know what didn't you like. And I hope to see you in the next one.